Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, a channel where I try and showcase the fun that can be had in the world of variant Sudoku. You know what else is fun? Birthdays. Particularly your own. Last week was my birthday, which is why we were away on holidays. My wife and I basically share a birthday, and our anniversary is at the same time. So we went away and had a lot of fun. And of course, I came back to birthday puzzles. This one is called BremBans by FullDeck and missing a few cards. And this is a really nice play on something that I've called out on before with BremBan Lines. So I'm really looking forward to giving this one a try. I don't have anything else to call out other than a new Sudoku series has just started, and I will not be solving this one. The solving on the Sudoku set is going to be mixed up across a few different solvers, or a few different solvers. Timotab will be solving some of them, and FullDeck and missing a few cards will be solving some others. That way the recording could happen while I was away. So that's very, very good. And I'm really looking forward to doing some collaboration with Timotab. That's going to be really, really good. So hopefully you enjoy set 8 of Sudoku, which should start coming out about now. But of course, the Sudoku playlists and everything are findable in the channel playlist page and all sorts of stuff like that. But let's have a look at BremBans by FullDeck and missing a few cards. So what do we have? We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have quadruples. So digits in a quadruple circle must be placed at least once in the 4 cells touching that circle. So in these 4 cells, we must put a 5 and a 9. In this circle, around this circle, we must put at least 1 8. It might be possible that both of those are 8. Now, you may ask questions about that. We'll worry about that later, but it might be possible that there's 2 8s around this circle. That wouldn't break the rules of the quadruple, but they're must be at least 1 8 around this circle. And then BremBan lines, which is digits along a BremBan line form a set of possibly repeating consecutive digits in any order, which would mean, let's use this line as an example. It might be possible for this line to be, it's a very long line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a 10-digit long line. So it might be possible, there will be a repeated digit along here, but the digits that are on the line must be consecutive. So we couldn't, for example, go 1, 2, 3 in here, and then say 2, 3, 4 here, and 4, 5, 6 here, and then make this an 8. That wouldn't work, because in order for the 8 to connect down to the 1, 2, 3, you'd need to have a 7 on the line, and there's no 7 on the line. So that would not work. As long as you can make a consecutive run with all of the digits, you're not allowed to have any gaps, is basically what it's saying. Very, very cool concept. So this is where the difference between a non-repeating and a possibly repeating set of consecutive digits. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. And I was about to say something about this, but it might be possible for 1 and 9 to all be on here. So that's really cool. So what can I tell? Okay, I can tell in this box, the 5 around this quadruple must be on here because this is a 5-cell long line, and I can't repeat digits on this line because the line is fully contained within the same box. So if you've got a 5-cell long line where you can't repeat digits, it must contain a 5. So because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has a 5 in it, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 has a 5 in it. So actually there must be a 5 on this line as well, but that's not telling me as much. There must be a 5 on this line. Wow. Overlapping quadruples. Am I getting anything from overlapping quadruples? And what I mean by overlapping quadruples, if I find an example, I will show you. Yeah, 6 is in one of those 3 cells. And the reason is 6, there's this row will contain 1 6 and this row will contain 1 6. So there's going to be 2 6s in those cells, but we know there's a 6 in there and there's a 6 in there. So those are the 2 6s that are in these 2 rows, which we know only contain 2 6s. So there can't be any 6s in those cells in these cells, because if there was a 6 in those cells, then we would have, or actually, let's just do that coloring a different way. We can un-yellow these and say, because there's a 6 in here and a 6 in here, but there's only 2 6s in here because there's 1 6 in this row and 1 6 in this row, any yellow cell cannot contain a 6. So in this box, the 6 must be down here. And it can't be there because this is actually a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple. So these digits are actually 1, 2, 3, 4. So that can't be a 6 because these are the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 without repeats. Because if I put a 6 in here, the other 3 cells would have to contain a 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there's a 6 in one of those 2. I know there's a 5. Oh, there's a 5 in one of the... Oh, this is getting me somewhere. So that 6 actually did a lot because now... the 5 there must be a 5 on this line, because if there's no 5 on this line, it's the same as the logic up here. It's a 5-cell long line with no repeats because it's all in the same box. So the 5 is in one of those 4 cells. So there's no 5 in there and there's no 5 in there because of this quadruple. So the 5 in this column must be down here. And now I've got the same thing. There's a 5 here and a 5 here. So there's no 5 in any of those, and the 5 must be up here. But there must be a 5 on this line. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 6 cells long. So there must be a 5 on this line in one of those 3. But there must also be a 4 and a 6 on this line. So this can't be the 4, because this line, if I start at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4, 5, and 6 were on it. And if I start at 9 and go down, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So 4, 5, and 6 are on this line. So 6 must be in one of those 2 cells. This can't be a 4 because 4 must be on the line. Is it about 5s? Well, there's no 5 on this line, because I can't put 5 in any of those. That's not a 5 because of the 5 quadruple. There's no 5 in those because of the 5 quadruple. There's no 5 here because of the 5 quadruple. There's no 5 here because of the 5 quadruple. And there's no 5 in either of those 2 because this line needs a 5 on it, because it's a 5-cell long line. So this line here doesn't have a 5 on it. So this line is low, because these digits are from 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can't get from 1, 2, 3, 4 to a higher digit without using a 5, because they must be a set of possibly repeating consecutive digits. So all of these digits are 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can't put a 1 on this line now, because if I put a 1 on this line, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would break that. So there's no 1 on this line. I can't even put a 2 here, I don't think, because if I put a 2 here, this would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and those would need to be 1. If I put a 2 here, I'd need a 3 and a 4. But I can't put a 4 here. No, I can. No, I can't, because if I put a 4 here, this would be a 3, and I'd need a 4 on this line. So there's no 4 in either of those. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. So, oh, because of the quadruple. That is a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple in the box because of all of those. Oh, that's interesting. So these Well, hang on, this can't be a 1 or a 2 for the same reason that couldn't be a 1 or a 2. If this was a 1, I'd need to put 2, 3, 4, 5, and that doesn't work. These have to be the highest of the digits, because what can these be? If this was a 1, I'd need a 2 on this line, and I can't do it. If this was a 2, these would need to include 3 and 4, and then these would both be 1. It doesn't work. This isn't a 2. This is a 3, 4 pair. This is a 1, 2 pair. And now these can't go down. So 3, 4, these are 5, 6, and 7. There's no 6 here. This is the 6, and there's no 6 here. This is a 5, 7. Cool. So these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, these are 8 and 9. Ooh, that pushes that up. Five, 7 means there's a 7 in one of those two, because there has to be a 7 around this quadruple, and there has to be a 5 in one of those two, because the 5 removes the 5 from there. This can't be a 2, because the 2 is around here. If I put a 2 on this line, this would have to be a 1. Because if I put a 2 on the line, I'd need to put a 3 on the line. This is quite tricky. Well, wait a minute. I can't put a 5 in any of those. I can't put a 5 there. I can't put a 5 in any of those. And because there must be a 5 on this line, I can't put a 5 in any of those. These, I can't cross the 5 boundary with that either. And it's got an 8 or a 9 on it. Those are all high digits. Because if they weren't all high digits, I'd need to put a 5 somewhere on the line. But there must be a 5 on this. There's no 5 here in those three because of the quadruple. There's no 5 in those three because of the quadruple. And there's no 5 here because the 5 is down here. These are all high digits. So these are 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no 6, 7 there because the 6, 7 is in here. The 8, 9 pair makes this actually a 6, 7. These are 6, 7, 8, 9. So where's there must be a 9 in there because of the quadruple, but where's the 1? It's right there, making these 2, 3, 4, 5. Because once there's a 1 on the line, it's 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I was about to do something that was quite wrong, but this is now 6, 7, 8, 9. Which is high. The 6, 7 is looking across, putting 6 in one of those two. This is a high digit. That's a high digit, but I'm wondering what's going on here. There's a low digit down here that's not a 1. Oh, this isn't a 1. So where's 1 in this column? I can't put 1 in any of those three because of the quadruple. Can't put 1 here because I can't put 1 on this line. This is the 1, this is the 2, which takes 2 out of there, takes 1 out of there, takes 2 out of there. In fact, 2 is in one of those three, which puts 2 down here. 2 is in one of, there must be a 2 around this quadruple, and it must be in one of those two, so that's not a 2. There's a 1 in one of those two. There's no 4 in any of those. 4 is in one of those two because of this. That's 1, 2, 3. So there's no 2, 3 up here. This is 4 or 5. So 1, 2, 3. These, they're, There's no 9 there because the 9 is around the quadruple, but There must be an 8 around here. But I seem to have lots of places I can put it. One is in one of those, so one is up here. There must be a 6 on this line, because I can't make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because if I make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that has no fill. So there must be a 6 on this line. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will include a 6. There must be a 7 on this line. But I could go lower. Like, for example, I could bury a 7 there, and then this could go as low as 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Like, I could go quite low. I can't put a 1 on this line. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, maybe I can, actually. Well, oh no, because I can put a 5 on this line. Two is in one of those two. So these are from 1, 3, 4, 5. There must be a 5 in one of... Oh, no, there must be a 5 in one of those two. Because I can't put 5 in any of those. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a 5 in one of those two. So there's no 5 in those. There's no 5 in those. So 5 is in one of those three, but I can't put 5 in those. There's basically the 5s can't, in this row must be in one of those three, and in this column must be in one of those three. So that's actually a 5. So now there's no 5 in any of those, no 5 in any of those, or no 5 in any of those. This is all high digits. These are from 6, 7, 8, 9. That's beautiful. There's no 6 in those. So that is a 7, 8, 9. So there's a 7 in one of those two. So now 7, which must be in one of those three. There's no 7 in there. There's no 7 in there. 7 is in one of those three. Eight is not in either of those two because 8 is in one of those 4, but there's a 2 down here. Well, these... Yeah, I can't put an 8 on this dot now. So the 8 is in one of those two, because if I put an 8 on this dot, what would I put it with? I'd need to put it with another high digit, a 7 or a 9, because these are consecutive. But that would mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits above 5. But we've only got 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 8 is in one of those two, taking 8 out of there. But if 8 is in one of those two, 8 is not in one of those two, and this becomes a 6, 8 pair. Looking across, taking 6 and 8 out of there and 6 out of there, that's a 7, 9 pair. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4 in order to complete the row. That one can't be a 2. That one can't be a 2. So that is a 1, 3, 4 triple. That's a 2, meaning this isn't a 2 because I must have all of the 4 digits around this quadruple. That's a 1, 3, making that a 2, but that 1, 3 also makes that the 4, making that the 3, and taking the 3 out of all of those. This is incredible. Now, could that be a 2? No, because this 2 is putting 2 in one of those two, because this is a 6, 8. There's more to 2 on this line as well, but 2, before I get to that, 2 and 2 means the 2 around this quadruple is down here, and this has to be from 1, 2, 3, because any 2 consecutive digits must be either, must basically have an odd and an even, but what could be consecutive with 2? It's either 1, 2 or 2, 3. But this line now must have a 7 on it, as well as the 4. Oh, the 1, 7. That's not a 7. That's the 9. That's the 7. There's no 7 in there. There's no 7 there, so that's the 7. Six and 7 are in both of those because of the 6, 7, 8, 9 without that having to be 6, 7. So there's no 6, 7 down there, or there's no 6 down there, there's no 6 down there. 6 is in one of those two. Nine is looking up. Oh, there's no 9 in any of those because of the 5, 9. I missed that. Okay, people have been laughing at me. That's the 9 from the 6, 7, 8, 9, meaning this is the 8, meaning there's no 8 there. There is now an 8 in one of those as well as the 9. But 1, 2, these are 3 and 5 to complete the column. So there's no 3 there. And the 1, 7 means that's the 4. So there's no 4 there. These are 6, 7, 8, and 9. No, they're not. There's no 9 there. These are 1, 6, 7, 8. And there's no 8 in either of those. There's an 8 in one of those two. The 9 makes that the 8, meaning this isn't the 8, this is the 8. These are 1, 6, and 7. That can't be the 6 because of that. The 4 looks up saying that's not the 4. This is incredibly strange. Is it this again? 7 on this line. The 8 means this is the 9, taking 9 out of there. That is a 1, 2, 3 triple. So 1, 2, 3, I need to put a 4 in one of those two. So there's a 4 in one of those two. Two in row 6. 2 and 2 means this is actually a 2. So that's the 2 saying this isn't the 2, this is the 2, giving me a 1, 3 pair in the column. So 3 is not in any of those or any of those. 3 is in one of those two. One, 2, 3. These are 4, 6, 8, 9. Trixie. So 2 is in one of those. 5 is down here. Or 4 is in one of those two now, because this 4 is preventing it. In fact, we know these are 1, 3, 5 to complete the row. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 4 and 9. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 6, 8. Well, we know the 6 can't be here because it's got to be around the quadruple. The 3 can't be here because of the 1, 3 looking up. And these are 1, 4, 5. And there's no 1 here because of the 1, 3 looking up. If this is a 4, this line would be 5 through 9. Because 4, I couldn't put 1, 2, or 3 on the line. And that wouldn't work. If this is a 4, these would all have to be higher than 4 in order to be 5 consecutive digits. And then these would have to be 1, 2, 3, but I can't put 2 in any of them. So that's not the 4. Can I take that any further? Well, I know 9 is in one of those two. There must be one of 6, 7, 8, 9 over there. Because these are not from 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not from 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 3. So there's one digit from 6, 7, 8, 9 over there. But I knew that it couldn't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm not sure yet how that's helping me. Yeah. Wait a minute. I can't put a 9 on this line because then these would be from 1, 2, 3, 4. Because if I put a 9 on these lines, this would be 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and those digits would be 1, 2, 3, 4. But with a 1, 2, 3 here, both of those would need to be 4. That doesn't work. So there's no 9 on this line, and there's no 9 there. There is a 9 in one of those two, which means 9 is in one of those two. Can I put 8 on that line? I think I'm losing the plot. I think I'm losing the plot. Well, hang on. Around here, 8 is in one of those two, so that's not an 8. So now 8 is in one of those two. Oh, 8 is looking down, making that the 6 and that the 8, which of course are both high digits. But the 6 is looking up, making that the 7, meaning there's no 7 in here. This is 6, 8, 9, but there's no 7 here. So 7 is in one of those two. But there's no 7 here. Eight in one of those two. There must be a 4 on this line. Can I put a 9 on that line? Oh, it's this quadruple. I was just looking at which quadruples I've missed. That's not 9, that's not 9, that's not 9. That's a 9. So this isn't a 9. It's really easy to miss the quadruples on this one, isn't it? You may not agree, and that's fine. So these are 4, 6, and 8. That 9, with that 9, still leaves me with 9 up here. But it puts 9 down here on this line by Sudoku. So there's a 9 on this line. So we now know this line doesn't have 1, 2, and 3 on it because it's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So this line doesn't have 1, 2, 3. These are from 1, 2, 3 and must contain a 2. There's no 1 here. So these are 4, 5, 7, and 9. So 4, 5, 7, and 9. Now this isn't a 5. It's not a 7. This is only a 4, 9, giving me a 4, 9 pair. Which means these are not 4. The 4 is in one of those two. There's no 9 there. 9 is in one of those 3. Ooh. Nine is in one of those two. 3 is up here. This is a tricky little puzzle. I can't put a 1 on this line. So 1 is not in any of those cells. Can I put a 2 on the line? Like, can one of those two be a 2? Could this be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I'm not seeing why not, you know? If this is 2, 3, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These would be 7, 9, and that would be an 8. And that seems okay. Oh, this isn't an 8. That's a 4 or a 6 because the 8 is in one of those two. Or that. Is it this row? That 6 is in one of those two. If that's a 6, that's a 6. I'm not sure my colouring is helping me anymore. Six is in one of those. No, that's not. 6 is in here, but... See, I can put 6 or 8 on this line because I've already got 7, 8, 9. So anything I put on this line is good. This line, is it this line? I've got 1, 2. If I put 4 on the line, I need a 3. But I've already got 1, 2, 3 on the line. So I can put anything on this line. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This line is 6, 7, 8, 9. So anything I put on it is good. And the rest are just normal Renbans. So this is a Sudoku trick that I'm missing. And I am absolutely missing it. Trying to see if anything is forced onto this. Because I feel like that's where the weak spot is, but I'm not seeing it. One, 4, 2, or 2, and those are a 1, 4 pair. If that's a 4, that's 1, 2. If that's a 1, that's 2, 4. If that's a 2, that's 1, 4. If that's a 1, we get 2, 4. Sorry, everyone, I'm a little bit stuck. These, they could be 1, 2, they can't be 3, they could be 4. I mean, 4 is up here. Well, these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't be 6, 7, 8, 9, and they can't be 3. So these are from 1, 2, 4, 5. But I don't, there's no 1 there. This can't be 4 and 5 because of that. This isn't a 1. So close to something. Not doing very well at my birthday puzzle, am I? Can I put 2 up here? I feel this is going to be powerful, but I can't see it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would make this 2 through 6. These would be 7. Those would be 8, 9. So it'd be 8, 9. I can't see it without casing. It's got to be this Renban. There must be a 6 on this Renban, but I don't have anything with 6s looking in. Yes, I do. No, I don't. I was about to... Because that could be a 6. I mean, this is a high digit, but that's... I don't think my colouring is actually helping me at this point. I think it's actually possibly hindering. I can't put a 1 on this. So 1 is in one of those 3. But I could go 1, 1. And put 1 up here. So there's a 1 on here. But I can't put 2 on this. Can I put 3 on this? I don't see why not. I can't see any digit that's forced onto that. There must be 1 of 6, 7, 8, 9 on it, but that's in 2 different cells and column 9 seems wide open. So there's 1 digit from 6, 7, 8. So we know 9. Oh, there's no 9 in here. So 9 is in one of those 2 and not there. I feel this is a clever puzzle and I'm not a clever solver today. I'm chasing 7s around the grid. It's got to be this box, but I've got almost no information. 7, 2 is in one of those 3. 2 is in one of those 3. 2 is in one of those 2 and those. I know 9 is in one of those 2. 9 is up here, 9 is up here. 9 is in one of those 2. 9 is down here, but it can be because of those. There's a 4 or 5 down here. So that 4 or 5 is in here. If it's a 4, that's a 6 and that's a 6. If it's a 5, that's a 3 and that's a 3. But I could feel I could case this forever. I mean, this digit is one of those 2, because that digit has to appear around that quadruple. But that could be a 1 there or a 3 there. 3, 3 would work because 3's down here. 1, 1 would make that a 1, would make that 1, would make that 1, and we haven't broken anything. Yeah, that all just works. Yeah, those are 1s, and it all just works. Oh, this quadruple. 9. That is a 9, and that's not. Looking up saying that's not a 9, that's a 9. The 6, 8 looks down, making that the 7, that the 6. These, that's completely on me. 6, 8. The 7 means that's not the 7. That's a 4, 5. Nine means that's a 4, that's a 5, that's a 4, and there's no 4 there. This is a 7, meaning that's not a 7. 7 is in one of those 2. The 5 means this is the 3, this is the 5. The 4 means this is the 6, this is the 1, this is the 7, this is the 6, meaning this is the 3, this is the 1, meaning this is the 3, this is the 1. The 3 means that's the 2 and that's the 1, meaning there's no 1 there. The 2 looks up saying this isn't the 2, so the 3, 5 pair now means that's the 2. That quadruple. Oh well, the 9 looks down, making that the 4 and that the 9. These 3 5s aren't resolving yet, but they'll get there. So I take 6 out of both of those. So this becomes 8 and 4. The 8 looks up saying there's no 8 there. The 1 and the 4 means that's the 5, so there's no 5 there. This is a 1, 4 pair. I'm going to remove those corner marks. These are, well, the 5 says there's no 5 there. There's a 5 in one of those 2, but we knew there was a 5 on this line. There also has to be a 6 on this line, which because of this 6 now has to be in one of those 3. And if there's a 6 in one of those 3, there's no 6 in those, and there's no 6 in those. So the 6 has to be in one of those, but it has to be part of the 6, 7, 8. That's a 6. And this is now a 7, 8 pair. These are 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 6, 7, 8. It can't be 9. That is a 6, 7, 8 triple. So this is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it can't be 1 or 2. It can't be 1 because you can't put 1 on the line, then I'd need a 2. It can't be 2 because of that, or the fact that 2 has to be in here. This is 3, 4, 5. If this is a 3, I'd need to put a 4 on the line, which would have to go in one of those 2. 3 here would put 4 in one of those, and then 4 would go there. Maybe this column. There's no 8 here because of the 8 that has to look across here. I'm checking the quadruples to make sure I haven't broken anything. This one is the most powerful one that's left. The 7 looks up making that the 5 and that the 7. The 1 looks up taking 1 out of both of those. These are 2, 4, 5. So these are 1, 3, 9. And there's no 1 there. 4, 5. Oh, wow. So what are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 in order to complete the column. Now this can't be 1 or 2, and this can't be 1 or 2. Well, hang on, that one might be able to be 2, but it can't be 1 because I can't put 1 on the line. 2, 3, 2 would need 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2, 6, these would be 3, 4, 5. 7, and those would be 8, 9. I don't know. I still don't know. I really still don't know. There's no 6 up here. That's a 4, that's a 4. That's a 2, that's a 1. Seems okay. Four is definitely, no, that's not a 4. This is 2, 3, or 8. If I put 8 on this line, I'd have to put 8 up here. I'd have to put 7 here. Oh, 8 and 8. Where's 8 in this row? It has to be in one of these. It's in one of those two. So this isn't an 8. It's a 3 or a 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If that's an 8, that's a 4. There's got to be something here. I mean, 2 is in one of those two. Why am I so... Like, I've done the BremBans. This has just been a Renban puzzle for the last, what, 25 minutes? I can't solve this line. I have no idea why I'm so blind today. Five and 6 are in here. Do I need a 7 on the line? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not necessarily. 6. These would be 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, these would be 3, 4, 5. These would be 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. Doesn't work. I can't put a 2 on this line because it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7 would have to go here. These would have to be 8, 9. And the 8 and the 9 says no, there's no 2 on this line. There is no 2 on this line. This is the 2. This is the 4, which means this is the 1 to complete the quadruple, meaning this is the 4. There's no 4 here. 4 and 4 means 4 is in one of those two and it can't be there. That's the 4, making that the 5. No 5 here. That's the 2 because of the 4, 5. Holy cow, it took me a long time to see that. Like a very, very long time. And I still don't think I've got this locked up. That's a 3, 5 pair. So that's the 1. These are 6, 7, and 8. Yes, they are. 1 is in one of those two by Sudoku, but I can't put 1 on the line. That's the 1, meaning there's no, oh yeah, there was no 1 there because of that. That's a 3, 9. That's the 1. If that's an 8, we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So to be 4, 5, these would be 6, 7, and 8. So these would have to be 6 and 7. So to be 6, 7. What? I don't think I've done this bad at a puzzle in ages. And for me, that's saying something. 3 in this box is in, there must be a 3 on the line because this 3 is taking 3 off it. So there is a 3 on the line. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is what the line is. There's no 3. There must be a 3 on the line. So therefore, because 3 can't be in here, so there must be a 3 in one of those 3 cells. So it is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no 8, so that's the 3, that's the 8, that's the 9, that's the 7, that's the 5, that's the 6. And that's how you break it open. I've done badly at this. The 8 makes this the 6, which makes that the 3 and that the 8. The 3 looks across making that the 9, making that the 3. The 3 looks across making that the 5 and that the 3, looking down making that the 5 and that the 3. The 6 looks across making that the 8 and that the 6, and the 8 makes that the 7 and that the 8. And happy birthday, BremSter. Well, it kept me busy. Wow, that box was tricky. I really struggled with the end of that one. I haven't even been drinking. I'm actually quite rested. I haven't solved a lot. I've really only solved the Castellani puzzle in about a week. Maybe that's my problem. I'm just out of practice. Yeah, I'm going to blame out of practice. But it was very, very fun. And that's what you want. Hopefully you solved this one faster than I did. That's the goal, at least. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you had a good time. I did. I mean, I was starting to get a little bit worried because it's like, oh my God, am I not going to be able to solve this one on camera? And that's never the goal. But it was a lot of fun, and that's what matters. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And as always, good luck with your solving.